You guys have no idea how excited I am to make this video. Welcome back to more CS news, guys. Yes, it's an NA day. It's also an EU day in a lot of ways out there, but we hope you guys are all enjoying it. And let's get right into the breaking news out there. Announced just late last night and this morning, the two biggest signings of this offseason for a lot of eyes out there. And first and foremost, we talk about North America. As Elige departs Complexity, he has officially joined FaZe Clan CS. And I mean officially, it is now guaranteed a thing.
Legend has it that FaZe Counterstrike was cursed ever since winning the Major and Cologne, and it's haunted them ever since.
Stones, there are no match for the dark magic.
Thought it was the white jerseys, so we burned them all.
I wasn't around back then, but they also never really told me what actually happened. Hey Eddie, when I was signing the contract, it never said anything about being signed for a cursed team.
I know we're cursed. I'm used to it already. Anyways, when is lunch?
The CS team made a sacred pact. If they won the Major, they'd shave their heads. Then, doubled the curse for Cologne. They broke their promise, now the bad luck follows them everywhere. Kason, bro, I'm in the middle of something, man.
I figured it out. I know how to break the curse.
How?
So we know all the greatest athletes use the bald buff, dark magic, to achieve greatness. Normally, you get the magic after going bald, but our CS team used the dark magic on a loan to win and never fully pay the debt. There's a clear connection to receiving good fortune when Brokey goes bald, when Rain and Neil did buzz cuts. But it's just not enough.
Oh, you're cooking.
We need to fully pay back the debt.
Wait, so what should we do?
I posted a job ad for the person we need. Trust me, I know what needs to be done.
Hold on. Well, you did include that they need to be cracked at Counter-Strike, right?
Ball thrives in chaos, willing to relocate to EU, anywhere in Europe, full-time, expert, pays per round, ball, chill guy, good aim. Okay. Hi, yeah, I'd like to apply for the job. I saw it on your website. Yeah, I can start immediately.
And with all that, we had a lot of FaZe members out there giving their thoughts and giving their USA chants, which to me just marks the fact that 2025 will be another major for North America. Do you guys agree or disagree? Are you with me? Please be with me. And of course, Elige had his response on social media too. This is just, I mean, it is crazy the fact that this is actually FaZE ELIGE of all things out there. And you know, Reddit is great at times. Whoever did this, the swapping tees meme, or I shouldn't even say meme, just graphic out there. Of course, Twist formerly departing FaZe Clan, he's going to Liquid, and now a long time coming, they have now swapped tees, which is, I cannot wait to see this FaZe roster. It's also great to see people like Rain and Kerrigan responding so well, and the bald buff is now officially a thing over on FaZe, guys. And who do you think is going to do better than FaZe Clan this next upcoming season? All eyes are certainly on one team, that being Vitality. They have also announced their newest player. Can you guys guess who it is? Do you have any idea who Vitality are signing? Has this not been teased for weeks and weeks? It is now finally official. Yes, Vitality ROPZ is also here.
But once you think you're at the top, you can always go higher. And now, it's time to take Vitality to new heights.
And I actually can't decide who I'm more excited to see, whether it be FaZe ELIGE or Vitality ROPZ or Falcons debut or all these other, there's so many teams out there that are great, and we're going to be announcing more throughout this week, I am sure. But finally, FaZe ELIGE are here, Vitality ROPZ is also here. It's going to be crazy to see who comes out on top when it comes to these transfers and what team does do better. But it's been awesome because yesterday we talked about, of course, ROPZ was already spotted in Vitality practice. It was confirmed by so many people out there, including Shocks. Hey, this thing was going to happen. Of course, Spinks also announced his departure, saying, hey, it was my decision. So leading up to all of these things, like everyone knew incrementally along the way, the steps that were happening, these teams were going to be finalized. But now they're finally here. And I'm just so excited. So who are you guys more excited to see compete? The new FaZe or the new Vitality? They will certainly, at least you think, on paper both still be top teams, but we are now approaching Blast Bounty, and we're going to see who the top teams truly are to kick off this season. And I want you guys to know I would be way more excited right now, but there's people sleeping, so I can't be shouting. So I do apologize for that. And in some other big North American news out there, guys, Jason Lake has now also finalized the Complexity roster. I would argue, and this is now not to be mean, okay, I have a very twisted mind. I would argue the bigger news for Complexity is they've also reverted to their OG logo. So it will be Complexity, the OG logo, kind of going away from the star for some time. As announced by Jason Lake, this will be for at least the first half of 2025 as they await a modernized version of the OG Complexity logo to then release as, I imagine, some sort of rebrand. So for now, they're going from the white and blue, of course, the Complexity star, back to the red and black, and what we kind of knew Complexity really was. Red, black, red, white, whatever combination. You guys know the logo, and it's just great, man. You know, like it feels good. We've seen so many teams out there rebrand and not do a good job. Now we have Complexity reverting, and I don't think anyone's going to complain about that, but they have, of course, finalized. It's going to be 60 and Nyx now out with their roster. Of course, we talk about Elige, and he's leaving Complexity. Certainly going to be a fall off for this team, but they have some younger talent, some maybe riskier talent they've taken some chances on, and so we'll see if Complexity can turn it around with a rebrand also in hand. You guys know me. I will be supporting, and we'll see how that all progresses. And we also had a little bit of drama over this past couple of days as IEM Katowice Stage 1 and Stage 2 invites have now been handed out. A lot of these based on, I believe, the Valve ranking system, which means you're going to have some teams sneak in there, whether they, of course, have done well in the female scene or if they've acquired recent trios and they've jumped up in those rankings. The drama around this, I wouldn't say drama, but it's just, people saying, hey, this is something we're going to keep an eye on, is Falcons have obviously jumped up in the rankings as they take away the heroic trio. And all of a sudden, Falcons going from a team who doesn't make the major, and they're going to be right in there for Katowice with limited invites. It's pretty crazy. Also, Imperial Female will be spotted in there as well, thanks to their Valve rankings. They've done and won everything in the female scene, and so it will be Imperial choosing their female team to take this spot. And yeah, we'll see how they do. We will also see how they do first off in a couple weeks at Blast Bounty, and all eyes will be on this female team to see how they can compete. This is by far and away your best women's team, and I'm excited. They're going to be covered a lot. It's going to be either a great or maybe a not so great time for coverage, and I hope everyone's nice about it. But you guys know the CS scene. But I'm very excited to watch Imperial and this women's team compete against the guys, and I hope we get some good content out of it. That's all we can ask for. So that was the Katowice invites now out, and this season's underway, guys. We got Blast Bounty coming out. We got invites going out. We got team drama already. It's going to be a good freaking Counter-Strike season. And lastly, for all of you guys, Heroic have now also announced their final roster, which the day before, it's freaking Heroic, dude. They're like, oh, thank you, Counter-Strike. People weren't thinking it, but they were like, obviously they're memeing, they're trolling. They're like, it's been a good run, Counter-Strike, because they lost pretty much their entire roster, right? They've now announced their brand new roster. Wait, they did lose their entire roster, and they've now announced a brand new roster, not 5 guys. Not 6 guys. They got 7 freaking guys. Nilo, the previously guy who was, of course, rumored to be on the main roster, now a sub on this roster, but 7 men going into Blast Bounty. I don't know if this is some sort of way to see how they do at Blast and trim it down, but 7 guys. I guess when you make a reported $10 million in transfer fees last year, you can afford an extra man or 2 for Heroic, but you got that Sangal trio for the halfway majority of this roster, and Sun Pius, I think I'm probably most excited for on this roster. I trust the Heroic organization. We'll see how they build back the pieces, and they have not been given the best hand given the fact they had to sell away so many of their guys, but I do trust them. Like when it comes to climbing Danish organizations, I talked about this last video, they've proven that they can do this with a roster, all right? And so I'm not going to be a hater. I like what they do on social media as always, and we'll see how this team goes. And if they give Sun Pius more time than Falcons did, I wish them the best. What do you guys think about this brand new, all redone Heroic roster? But as per usual, thank you all for watching. This video would have been longer, but I got to be a little quiet right now and probably wrap this one up. I will likely see you guys this weekend or bright and early Monday morning with more Counter-Strike news. Hit that sub button. Thank you very much. Maybe hit a comment, leave a comment, nice or mean, whatever you guys want to do, and I'll see you back here soon. Take care.